Hey, what's up everybody? Ingrid's out and I've got a quick starter guide for you guys. This character is a lot simpler than you might think, but if you just want to get started, take yourself up to like Grandmaster, things like that, I've got everything that you're going to need in this guide. And even if you're not an Ingrid main or an Ingrid player, watching this will let you know what this character wants to do and how she wants to run her game, which is going to give you a much easier time fighting against this character because she's pretty popular and ranked is basically like infested with Ingrids right now. Alright, so with Ingrid, you have a couple of really simple gameplay goals that you're going to want to follow to play this character properly. So first and foremost, you want to try to build 2 Sunstocks, and that's the gauge just to the left of your drive meter up at the top of the screen. This character becomes much stronger when she has 2 or more of these Sunstocks, so having 2 stocks is like the most important thing for this character. Once you have 2 stocks, you can kind of get in and you become a threat anywhere on the screen. This beam here is one of the craziest moves in the game, and if this hits, you can get like 4,000 damage off of anything, and her frame traps become so much stronger with having that available, so having 2 stocks is super important. The next thing you want to try to do is once you get 2 stocks, you want to run Fireball Dash or Fireball Drive Rush, and more specifically the light version of her Fireball. If you dash in here, you are so plus if your opponent blocks this that this is a block string right here. I'm just doing light Fireball, my blocks it, I'm doing standing jab, that's a block string. Or if you're a little bit out of range, you could do Drive Rush in a standing heavy kick, and that sets up a +2 on block situation for you, and that lets you just run your strike throw shimmy game. If you don't know what strike throw shimmy is, I've got videos on my YouTube channel about that, so check it out. But I'm gonna try to focus mostly on Ingrid stuff in this video to keep it short and concise. Then your next goal with this character is when you have your opponent in the corner, yes, Ingrid has throw loops, but they're not nearly as strong as some other characters' throw loops because of the situation that happens after knockdown. So here we do a throw in the corner. If we dash up right away, we're left in throw range, but Ingrid's actually only +1. So here, if you try to throw your opponent, yes, they can respect your pressure and get thrown, but if they wake up with something fast like a 4-frame jab, and I go for a throw here, look what happens. I lose. So she has one of the weaker throw loops in the game with an auto time dash, and unfortunately, you don't have enough time to walk up and throw after a forward throw in the corner here, so you have to commit to the dash. So it basically becomes a read. So if you think they're going to push a button, you do a standing jab, and then you continue your pressure with a counter hit combo, or if you think they're going to respect your pressure, you just go for another throw. So here's a quick example combo of what you would want to do if you read wake up button from your opponent. You go like this, into our target combo, into a knockdown, and then you run your Oki from there. But we'll cover Oki later on in this guide. But that's just a basic idea of what you want to do. Alright, so the next thing we got to look at is pushing the subscribe and like button to help support me as a content creator. Sorry, it's hard to say with a straight face, but really guys, I would appreciate so much if you do that. It allows me to do this and hopefully make this my full-time job one day, making content for you. But anyways, let's continue with this guide. And your next gameplay goal with this character is once you have 2 stocks of meter, if you see your opponent do anything, especially something like a fireball. Now I know Mai's got one of the weaker fireballs in the game, but just kind of bear with me here. You react to it with OD beam and you can convert into a combo off of that. So here's an example combo from full screen. You see them do a fireball, you do OD beam, do the down teleport into quarter circle forward medium kick, and you get a nice knockdown off of that. It's a really good option with 2 Sunstocks. So this leads us to our next point, and that's how to actually get Sunstocks, because this move is really risky to do in neutral. Looks like it doesn't take that long, but if your opponent has a fast drive rush, look what happens if I try to do a stock charge mid-screen. Your opponent can just react with drive rush, go for a long range button, and hit you out of it. And you only get the Sunstock once the actual animation kind of finishes, right near the end of it. See, I started at 2, I ended at 2 because I got hit. So you can't really be going for Sunstocks mid-screen against good players because they will rush you down and just get free damage and prevent you from getting your stocks. So there are a couple of ways that we can actually get it. Most of them are going to be involving combos or her fireballs. So first let's look at fireballs and beams because that's the easiest way. So medium beam in this game, so that's quarter circle back, medium punch. This gives you a knockdown and this sends them really far away. So this is one of the best ways to get Sunstocks. You do any combo, or just from neutral, do a medium beam, and then you can charge safely at the expense of Oki because you're doing a charge instead. The most common way you're going to be going into medium beam is from your medium punch, medium kick target combo. You do this, you charge a stock, and that's your safest way mid-screen off of regular combo starters to get a Sunstock. The other way you can safely get a Sunstock mid-screen is if you go for your OD fireball, that's quarter circle forward plus 2 punches. This knocks down on hit, so that's another opportunity to go for your charge. Same with the up version. This also knocks down, so you can go for a charge safely there. And the last way you're generally going to be getting a stock is off of any quarter circle forward heavy kick combo because you can charge a stock in the air. So just do quarter circle forward heavy kick, charge, dash forward, and that'll leave you +5. So off of this route, you don't have to give up Oki or pressure at the expense of getting a Sunstock. So it's the strongest one, but it's also the least common because nothing combos into this from your normals on regular hit. See this? This is blocked. You can't do that. The only way you're going to be getting a regular combo is off a punish counter. So if you do punish counter, crouching heavy punch into quarter circle forward hard kick, that works. Or if you drive rush into it. So something like this would also work. All right, so let's talk about how to actually start your gameplay and actually get into your opponent's face and apply mix no matter how many Sunstocks you have on the screen. The best way to play this character at the mid-range is to kind of make your opponent respect your spacing with good use of zoning and fireballs. You don't want to be too predictable because if you are, you're going to get jumped in. But if you have good spacing, basically you want to do this, drive rush into standing heavy kick. This is a very, very powerful mix-up because this drive rush standing heavy kick is +2 on block. So we can see right here, +2. So my opponent's going to try to do this. I can counter hit them from here. And then also from standing heavy kick, you can do a throw if you think they're going to push buttons or block. And the real powerful thing about this drive rush standing heavy kick is you can even shimmy versus immediate throws from your opponent. So it is just really good. And this is how you get started with this character. This is how you do everything. You want to do your Sunstock charge, you go like this, throw medium beam, charge. Now you're a real character because you have 2 Sunstocks. So this is like the best way to do it. And use this fireball to create a safe way to get in because this is a block string. And you don't even need to use drive rush if your opponent is respecting your pressure. You have enough time to throw a light fireball, make them block it, dash once behind it, and then go in for a throw. And that's a frame trap. If you don't want to go for a throw and you want to get a bit more reward, you can try to frame trap them with something like standing light punch. There, you can do something like that. Try to fish for a counter hit with your standing light punch. Link into crouching medium punch, then do the combo of your choice. Or you can even just try to like create spacing traps, where you can go for a punish counter against opponents who love to push buttons. Or if you think they're going to reversal, you just kind of go in and block and then punish their reversal. This is just basically, this is your wheelhouse. This is where you want to be spending most of your time with this character. Setting up fireball drive rush, setting up fireball dash forward, trying to space them out, and then just basically use your normals to start your pressure and get going. Now, mentioning normals, let's talk about normals. If you want to play this character well and get her to master and then like slightly above that, you only need a couple of normals in the neutral, in my opinion, just to get started. Of course, if you want to take this character to really high ranks, you're going to need to use all of her normals, but here are what I think are the most important ones she has. First is standing light punch. Typical 4-frame attack, but it's just really good. It's +7 on counter hit, which lets you link into our next button, which is crouching medium punch. This is a really good button. 7-frame startup, and this is your best combo starter in terms of like frame traps. Then you have crouching medium kick. This is a crouching medium kick drive rush character, but her crouching medium kick has some of the worst crouching medium kick range in the game. So you're gonna have to be careful of this. You can't really contest other crouching medium kick drive rush characters because you have such short range, but it is a crouching medium kick and you can drive rush from this. So never a bad option to go for. Then the next move we have to look at is standing heavy kick, which we just talked about her pressure. This is only -2 on block. You are left outside of throw range if you space it properly, and because she has like a budget version of JP's OD Amnesia, being -2 isn't the worst thing in the world. If you think your opponent's going to press or try to throw you out of this, you can go for a high risk play by doing OD Amnesia after this and then going for a counter. But because it's only -2 on normal hit, that means it's +2 on drive rush, which lets you set up your frame traps. And generally, you're going to want to try to frame trap with standing light punch, because again, that is +7 on counter hit, which lets you get a little bit more damage, rather than just going for something like auto time, jab, jab, into quarter circle forward medium kick. That's only 1,440 damage. Meanwhile, if you actually try to hit confirm this, or counter hit confirm, I should say, you get a little bit more damage, and you can even get better drive rush combos afterwards, because this links into this, and if you're willing to spend a little bit of bar, you get to charge your Sunstocks and also get Oki pressure using drive rush cancels like that. The last normal we didn't talk about yet, which is really important, is standing heavy punch. This is another good move to stop people from approaching at you, but it does have long recovery, so if you whiff this, you'll get whiff punished yourself. But mainly this is just used in like space traps and trying to whiff people pushing buttons. So this gives you a huge punish counter combo. And this is easily reactable. So you whiff punish, you drive rush into crouching hard punch, quarter circle forward heavy kick, charge your Sunstock, dash in, apply strike throw shimmy pressure. And that's basically her neutral in like a really, really short way. One thing you have to be careful of, her fireball does have a lot of recovery. It's like 49 frames of recovery. Yeah, 49 frames of recovery. So if your opponent reads you're going to throw this fireball and they jump, you are absolutely cooked. You can also stop people from jumping at you by using the heavy version of her fireball, which kind of goes up, which can be a good preemptive anti-air. But if you want to be safe, there's one thing you have to learn, and that's the safe fireball spacing with this character. Alright, so safe fireball spacing. If you guys ever played Akuma or Guile or maybe even Ryu, you'll probably be familiar with this, but if it's your first time with a zoning character, you might not be. But basically, there are some ranges where you can throw one fireball, make your opponent block it, and throw another one, and still have time to anti-air even if they jump right away. So here's an example of a spacing where that wouldn't work. I'm going to throw light fireball, throw another one, punish counter because I'm too close. But if I throw it somewhere around here, I have enough time to throw one fireball, throw a second one, and even if they jump, I have more than enough time to anti-air. Next, let's talk about her basic knockdown mid-screen. And I'm going to show you only one or two combos because these are the most common ones you're going to do. You can check out a combo guide or stuff if you want more combos later. But basically, with this character, the number one thing you're going to be doing is like 2 or 3 lights into quarter circle forward medium kick. And she gets kind of like basic knockdown, which is really similar to Cammy or even Mai in this game. Although her corner carry isn't nearly as good as those two characters. So you would do crouching light punch 2 times, or something like crouching light punch, standing light kick if you want something a little bit more optimal. Something like this. Then you dash forward and you just keep on holding forward, and this will give you good pressure. You can do strike, throw, shimmy from here. So here, Mai's going to wake up with a crouching light punch. So I'm going to do that combo. Dash forward, hold forward, and I get a meaty throw here. Which means if I get a meaty throw, I can also try to go for a meaty standing heavy kick. That leaves me +6, and that'll link into my target combo, and I can basically do the same ender, but just with a different starter. So the whole sequence would look like this. There you go, now I'm able to punish their buttons properly. The only issue with this though, standing heavy kick is -2 on block, so it's a bit of a hard read for you. If you don't want to read so hard and you just want to go into safer pressure, you do this, walk forward, go for a standing jab, you do the counter hit confirm, and then you can go into crouching medium punch into your quarter circle forward medium kick from there. But you're going to have to be kind of a better player to get those counter hit confirms. If you're kind of a newer player and you don't want to do and you just kind of want to get this character to master, you can just hard send it with standing heavy kick. Or even better, if you just want true guaranteed pressure, just drive rush into standing hard kick. It can never really fail other than just losing to perfect parries and reversals, but it's a great tool to use. Then in the corner, she's got some really good setups off of the same thing. Quarter circle forward, medium kick is going to be your most common ender, even in the corner with your combos. But I'm going to leave you with 2 really good auto time sequences. So the first auto time sequence here is going to be any combo that ends in grounded quarter circle forward medium kick. You whiff, crouching light kick, standing light kick, and that gives you a +4 situation, and you can shimmy on immediate throw, which you just saw right there. Then if you think they're going to push a button, you just push something like crouching medium punch. And that'll combo it into itself on counter hit. Or of course, if you think they're just going to block, you can get a meaty throw here, you're +4, so that's guaranteed. And then if you go for a crouching medium punch and they block that, you're going to be left at 0 frames. But I think the strongest setup that she gets in the corner off of this is just whiffing a crouching medium kick. This is a really good tool because it pushes you just to the tip of throw range. So here, you can see that my throw whiffs, but after this sequence, if you whiff crouching medium kick as soon as you land, you're left +9, which gives you more than enough time to walk in for a little tick throw there. And if they decide to push a button, you can counter hit them with crouching medium punch. So something like this. They're going to wake up with a throw. It gives you counter it into +10, which means you can link a standing medium kick after that. So the whole sequence would look like this. And now we can do some nice damage, maybe link into a level 3 or just do a quarter circle forward light kick to combo in the corner. Next thing you can do, this is a knowledge check, better players will know this, but strong option is to land, whiff, crouching light kick, and then go for an immediate overhead, something like this. This will give you +4 on regular hit, on counter hit you're +7, so again you can link into this and do something like this. This is only really strong once you have 2 stocks, just because your reward is better off of it. There we go, that's almost half health off of 2 little exchanges there. Really, really good to use. So again, bit of a knowledge check, but that's really strong. Also, we can't talk about corner pressure and setups without talking about her throw into fireball. This is incredibly powerful against characters that don't have invulnerable DPs. So this is really strong because your opponent basically has to be really good at doing walk forward perfect parry to counter this. And if they don't have meter for level 2 or level 3 and they decide to wake up with a level 1, this will catch them there. And yeah, it's just really great for stopping them, making them respect you, and then they can't jump this either as long as your reactions are good. So here Manon's going to go for a forward jump, I throw the light fireball, quarter circle forward light kick, they're back in the corner, now I'm pressuring again. Really, really strong. And again, the only way people can beat this is either with like a level 2 or a level 3, or if they're really good at doing walk forward, perfect parry, and punishing. But if you're trying to get this character to master even a little bit above like High Master, Grandmaster, there are very few people who are going to be able to do that consistently. So it's just still a really good thing. I wouldn't do it against Akuma, Ken, or Guile though, because their OD reversal DPs just beat this clean. So against those guys, just do your typical dash forward into strike, throw, shimmy, throw loop instead. What we're going to talk about next are her drive rush cancels. So if you land a crouching medium kick DRC or a crouching heavy punch DRC, what should you do? And these are the two most common moves you're going to be landing this with in neutral. So if you get crouching medium kick DRC, go into standing heavy kick, into your target combo, and then from your target combo, you just end however you like. If you want to get sun stocks, you go into quarter circle back, medium punch, and charge. If you want to go into damage, you're going to go into quarter circle forward, medium kick. And if you want to do damage with your level 3, you do the target combo, quarter circle back, medium punch, and then you go into our level 3 from there, and that gets pretty great damage. Next is crouching heavy punch. Crouching heavy punch gives you a much better combo starter. You just do another crouching heavy punch on hit confirm, into quarter circle forward heavy kick, and then from here, you either decide to spend meter on air beam if you want to go for that, or you get your sun stock, dash forward, and then you get your Oki pressure off of that. Then what should you do if this is blocked? So do not, and I mean do not, autopilot into crouching medium kick DRC standing heavy kick. This seems really good on paper, but if your opponent pushes anything like a DP or even a 4-frame attack, this is incredibly fake. You will get hit out of this. Learn how to hit confirm this on block or hit after drive rush. On block, you're going to go into standing jab. You get +3. You can go for a strike throw shimmy situation here. Or on hit, actually hit confirm this and then go into your combo. Things are different with crouching heavy punch though. This is a block string. They can't do anything and you are +3 on this mix. And yes, you can shimmy here, but you get a nice frame trap with crouching medium punch. If that trades, you're +8. So your best trade combo here after crouching medium punch is going to be standing medium kick. And then from here, you need to go into quarter circle forward medium kick to finish the combo. Or if you want to get stocks, you can do standing medium kick into quarter circle back medium punch for the medium beam into your sun stock. And that's pretty much it for the drive rush pressure. Learn that, learn it well. It'll get you far in this game. One weakness of this character that we got to talk about are her buttons. So she's got some really, really weak buttons in the mid-range. The standing medium kick is really short. She has to kind of risk a lot to get in. She has decent walk speed, but again, just because her reach is so short, you kind of have to make your opponent respect your pressure, and it can be a little bit challenging, especially against some more drive rush heavy characters or fast characters, to really make them respect this fireball game if your zoning isn't good. And you also want to be careful not to overextend. Stuff like doing this, forward heavy punch, too close. This is -4 on block, so if you're doing this and you're getting hit, that means you're doing it too close. The way you're supposed to use this move, this forward heavy punch, this is just mainly used to stop people from walking in. You don't want to approach with this, really. It's a little bit too risky to approach because they're probably going to be blocking if you're going for an approach with this. Because if you do things like, see, if you try to do this into her beam in the air, it's not real. So I think because Ingrid is so new right now, a lot of Ingrid players are kind of getting away with a lot of fake stuff. But if you're fighting somebody who knows what they're doing, this is not real at all. So you kind of just want to use forward heavy punch to stop people who are trying to come in at you and go over some crouching medium kicks and just to stop their forward approach. Because now, if you do it like this, now you're getting knocked down. Now you can charge your sun stocks. And then once you're able to do that and you have 2 sun stocks, now you get access to real combos, stocks, and Oki at the same time. So make sure you're using it that way to stop people from approaching you. Alright, so I think that's basically everything you need to know to get this character to master and beyond. I know I didn't cover mini combos, I didn't cover level 2 stuff, but really to get to like 1600, even 1700 MR, you don't need that. You can go really far with this character with good neutral, good meter management, good fireball and anti-air game, and then just drive rushing your opponent and mixing them. And then just not being too crazy on defense because this character's defense sucks. It's really, really bad. One tip I will give you on defense, try not to rely too much on OD Amnesia. I know that's not the name, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a budget version of JP's OD Amnesia. Don't rely on this too much. And really watch your drive meter. Try not to spend too much meter on playing her like a Shoto, doing a ton of like crouching medium kick DRC or crouching hard punch DRC stuff. It's really not worth it. It's better just to set a fireball and get your pressure going that way rather than spending it all on 3 meters, because you are going to need to do drive reversal against other opponents' DRC cancel pressure, and things like that. So try to keep it in check with that. Don't overspend on your drive meter. Also, one more thing I want to see you not do with this character, don't go ham and start just like teleporting everywhere. This is good against bad players, but against good players, people can jab this on reaction, people can anti-air on reaction. Just try to play good neutral. If you want a good example of this, watch Kakaru, watch Punk. They're all just playing really solid neutral with fireballs, pokes, and things like that. And that's kind of the play you want to emulate. I'll have a more in-depth guide for this character later on when she gets a little bit more fleshed out. There are just way too many combos and everything and too many level 2 setups to include in one quick short video. So I'm going to end it here. If you guys liked it, again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.